Hello and welcome back to the CSG Engineering Society YouTube CAD video series. We are now going to go over modeling a crank piece. So over here, I'm going to show you a crank piece that I made, and I'm going to show you the overview for the steps. So you'll start off by creating a sketch, then extruding it. Then you will create a datum plane on this surface. Why? Because you're going to put a hole here. Sorry, not a hole. You're gonna put a threaded hole, and then that's done. Okay. Create a new piece. Sorry, create a new part. Name it, and save it correctly. Create a new sketch. Choose the front plane. Oh, and by the way, at the bottom right, we have our engineering sketch. So you'll notice that the piece is basically symmetrical. How? In the horizontal direction. So you can basically reflect the top half with the bottom half. So what we'll do is we'll just model the top half only. Sorry, we'll only draw the top half, and then we'll mirror it later. So let's draw our circles first. So center here, on the horizontal line here, and we'll give the dimensions as well. This circle's diameter is 3, and then this circle's diameter is 4, and then the center distance between the two circles is 5. Boom. Now we'll do the arcs. So arc, use the center one. So start off from the center here, go out, click here, and stop somewhere here. Okay. And then use the 3-point arc. Okay. Sorry. Before we do use the 3-point arc, let's use once again the arc by center, and we're going to go to the center of this circle, click over here, and then create an arc like so. Okay, we're going to specify the radius of this arc over here as 8, and we're going to specify the radius of this arc as 4. Now what we will need to do is we will need to create an arc between these 2 points. So arc, 3-point method from here to here to there. Okay. Now what we need to do is we'll need to specify that this arc and this arc, they are tangent. Okay. What else? We'll need to specify to come over here, draw a line from the center of the circle over to the point over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to specify that the angle between this line and the horizontal line is 60 degrees. So this might be your first time looking at angle dimensioning, but if you have 2 lines, you can click on them both, and if that's separate angles, the Siemens will pick up that you're trying to dimension an angle, so it will automatically result to doing an angle dimensioning. Now, why is this brown? So let's just check. Okay, so this line, this curve over here, and this line over here, they are perpendicular. This line over here and this line over here, they are perpendicular. So what is messing this up then? We haven't specified the radius of this arc yet. So Control Z, that's not specified the radius of this arc, and that should be 7. Boom. Now everything is fully defined except for this line, but that's fine because we just use this line as like a angle. We just use the line just to help us get with the angle. Is there anything that we can do with this? Anything? So hover here, here. No, there's nothing that we can do with this line. Just leave it as brown. Okay, now time to mirror. So mirror these top curves over here, there, there, and there, and then pick our center line as this line over here. Reflect it across, click OK. Now we have our sketch. So we'll click on finish, and we will now extrude. Now I kind of want to keep the extrude on the XZ plane. So what I'll do is I'll click over here on value and click on symmetrical value. So it extrudes the same amount on both sides. For this value over here, I'm going to enter 5 mil and hit OK. Now what I need to do is I need to now create a hole. So let me just hide the sketch. I need to now create a hole on this surface here. But let's see what happens right now. Right now, I can't really tell the hole where it is right now, right? So right now it doesn't know where to be. So what I'll do is I'll create a surface for it to for it to begin basically. I'll create a surface for it to begin. So what I'll do is I'll reference the new plane. So go over here, datum plane, and it's going to infer a plane, okay? So I want to say a plane on this face that is, I need to mention that it's parallel to this. So maybe I'll say that, so maybe I'll click over here. So you see how there's 3 planes over here on the inside, 3 planes. Yeah, see there's 3 planes over here. I'm gonna click on this one over here, okay? So that this plane appears over here. Wait, why has that happened? Alternate solution. There we go. So we want the plane to be on this face over here. Okay. Alternate, alternate. Yeah, we want to be over here. Click on OK. Perfect. Now let's click over here and let us now click on hold. Okay, so on this plane, we're going to create a hole, and the hole is going to be on this point over here. Click there, close, finish, and the hole will magically appear right there. Now the diameter is a bit too big, so we're going to adjust it. Actually, this hole over here is actually a threaded hole, M2 to be precise. So we need to go over here from simple into threaded hole, and we're going to make sure that the size over here is M2. There's only one M2 over here, so we'll pick this one over here. And then in terms of the limits, so until next means that it will stop basically when it gets to the opening of the circle. Or you can press over here and give it a value. So right now 25 is a bit too much. You can give it a value like 3.5, as long as it's only inside the circle here and it doesn't cut into the material over there. Okay, click on apply, and there is your threaded hole. Look at that. And that's it. Before I do end, the reason why it has an error over here is because by default Siemens NX's threaded holes, they create chamfers, which are needed for like fastening some other pieces. But for this modeling, we're just gonna tick it off basically. It's good to have it, but for a model, we're just gonna tick it off, okay? And you should not have any errors anymore. All right, perfect. In the next video, we're going to go over making a 3D model of a heating cylinder that's part of a Stirling engine. Thank you.